Hi, everyone. It's Miss Akbari in the library. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about a book we have in the fantasy section of our library. Those are the books that deal with magical and sometimes mystical events. This book is called Healer of the Water Monster. It's by the author Brian Young. And Brian Young is a registered member of the Navajo Nation. You may have heard about the Navajo Nation before. It's a Native American tribe or nation that's in the southwest part of the United States. And so our author grew up on a Navajo reservation, spoke both English and Dene, which is the Navajo language. And this book that he has written is inspired by kind of the mythology and the creation story of the Navajo people. And so what happens in this book, the main character, his name is Nathan. He's a middle school, junior high age student. He is on his way to spend his summer with his grandmother, who lives in New Mexico on the Navajo reservation. And meanwhile, Nathan is dealing with a few things. His parents are on the verge of getting a divorce. And that's one of the reasons that he's sort of being shipped off to his grandmother for the summer. So he's not super happy about that. He has this school project sort of looming over his head, something that he is supposed to take the summer to complete. And what he decides to do is work with his grandmother. His grandmother is a gardener, and she has a collection of seeds for plants that have been kind of traditional in the Navajo Nation. And so he's going to study that. And but that's not easy. It's kind of challenging, something that he doesn't know a whole lot about. And then also, as he's spending time with his grandmother, his uncle kind of comes in and out of the picture, and his uncle is a difficult person to be around. And as we read, we learn that his uncle, who's a veteran, so has completed military service, is struggling with PTSD. And so it's causing a lot of problems in his relationships, in his mental health, and in his ability to kind of live a normal life. So as Nathan is working through all of these real life issues, he starts to realize that he can actually see some of the Navajo gods and spirits and characters in what we would call mythology, but they're very real to Nathan. And he is challenged by these creator gods to bring back the water monster and to heal that god. And so Nathan is kind of spending his time between these very real life issues and this very magical, mythical sort of quest. So if you like stories like Lightning Thief that deal a lot with mythology, but maybe you're curious about some Native American mythology, if you've ever been kind of stuck between what the struggles your family is going through and kind of your own personal challenges, or if you're just looking for an interesting book to read, I would suggest that you give Healer of the Water Monster a try.